Anyhow, speaking of things that the WWE may or may not like being said, how's that for a transition? I understand that some valuable, well, not valuable per se, but some confidential, possibly before hidden information has been released. The wrestling version, perhaps, of the Epstein files. They've somehow got a hold of. Is it our friend Thurston Howell? Is he a second story man? Did he climb into an office at night, or how did they find this? But they got the Netflix numbers for the WWE programs on the Netflix around the world. Is this correct?
This is correct. I believe it's public information because Netflix is a publicly traded company, so they disclose information about various aspects of their business, from the financials to actual viewing numbers.
But they just disclosed a bunch of it all at the same time. Because I got a thing with a chart and graphs and fucking colored coded polls and then very small print that I cannot read. But some of the colored polls look like they're getting shorter. That's all I know. Can you interpret any of this information?
Yeah, this is a hell of a setup here. Ladies and gentlemen,
how did they get this information? Is this valid information? And is this information good or bad for anybody?
I don't know.
That's what we need to know here.
It's hard to say good or bad. I wouldn't say is bad, but it definitely paints a more accurate picture of WWE's viewership on Netflix than we've had. A lot of it's been guessing. A lot of it's, there were arguments between Dave Meltzer and AI, if you remember, about the Netflix numbers for WWE Raw when they debuted.
Like Dave needs any artificial people to argue with when he's got enough of the real ones.
Like Raw on Netflix, if you look at it here, the opening episode, 6.9 million viewers. The second episode, 4.4, then 3.6. The last episode here, which was for the end of the second quarter, June 30th, 2025, through 7 days it did 1.4 million. Oh, no, excuse me. Through 7 days it did 2.5 million. This was a little less than that. So it's a declining viewership, but not gigantically, but this really just shows... go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, I was going to say, the first episode was like the big thing, and the Rock's here, and fucking Schwarzenegger's going to get fucked in the ass by Martha Stewart or whatever the fuck they were promoting, right? It's the first time.
That's right. The Rock was there.
If you throw that out, well, you didn't like Martha Stewart getting fucked by... Who did she fuck? Well, nevertheless.
Yeah, never.
You start at the next week did 4.4 million because there's some new people, and then you settle into 3.6. And then, from what it looks like to me, they stayed between 3.1 and 3.6 all the way through, the end of May. And then since then, June has been 3 million, 3.2, 2.9, 2.7, 2.5. So there is some attrition, but to be honest, June, July, and August suck for television. More people take vacation and do bullshit. I assume that's still true. Back when 100 million people watch TV, even though there's only 2 million of them now, they still take vacations at a same percentage. So, they're between, for 6 months, between 2.5 this past week and 3.6 or whatever. That ain't bad. I don't see any cause. I don't see them doing anything that's going to spark anything up unless it's SummerSlam over the next few weeks. But at the same time, it's summer.
And again, Raw is available only in the US, but they also worldwide have other content, and they've had the premium live events. Royal Rumble.
Now, wait a minute. You can Raw is on Netflix, but nobody besides the United States or people that patronize some of our sponsors and know how to do it can watch it, is what you're saying.
That is right. So we have global view. Well, I shouldn't say that, but that is what's only available in the United States. There's still the Peacock deal, which cuts into other things, and obviously SmackDown here isn't on Netflix. It's still on the USA Network.
All this other shit.
But worldwide, Royal Rumble did 3 million viewers, 13.3 million hours viewed, with a runtime of 4 hours and 16 minutes. But yeah, they're disclosing, again, these are their worldwide numbers. So I mean, the SmackDown numbers here are not actually SmackDown domestically, is it? This would be worldwide? Huh, interesting.
Unlike tell us more.
Unlike this segment.
Unlike this segment.
Unlike this
Hey, here's something now. I'm looking at the purple polls. The Royal Rumble did 3 million. Elimination Chamber 1.9. WrestleMania 2.4 million the first night, 2.8 million the second night. One would have thought that would do better than the Royal Rumble, but in effect, it did twice as much almost because there's 2 nights. But then Backlash 1.5 million, Money in the Bank 1.6 million, Night of Champions 1 million. Not a lot of people were into the Night of Champions, but this is when you take into account that a gigantic number of buys for a pay-per-view in the glory days of WrestleMania or Royal Rumble was going to be, 6, 7, 800,000, closing in on 1 million pay-per-views in that stratosphere, or buys rather. A lot more people are seeing the big shows, is my point. NXT looks like they've flatlined. I don't even mean flatlined. It looks like they never registered. What the fuck? They got very teeny tiny little fucking polls.
And again, that's all international. That's not counting the US for NXT. It's interesting though, when you look at Royal Rumble, 3 million views worldwide, or at least international, not counting America. And then WrestleMania 2.4 and 2.8. Again, the build was clunky. There were extra weeks added. The Rock and Travis Scott thing had no payoff. The Cena heel turn had just started, but I don't know about you. I'm surprised WrestleMania. I mean, I shouldn't be surprised. I guess it seems like WrestleMania should have been bigger, especially coming after the last year WWE just had, and they really dropped the ball.
Yeah, I mean, especially night one being 2.4 million. When Elimination Chamber was 1.9 million. One would think there would be a larger discrepancy between that and WrestleMania, but maybe I'm just old-fashioned.
And again, that's not counting America. That's not counting whatever they did on Peacock. But this is everything else. So
when do we get the Peacock files?
I don't know. The Peacock files.
Who's named in the Peacock files?
I don't know. We'll see who says the media is against him for publishing the Peacock files.
Well, somebody's got to threaten to first before we get to the bottom of this. We need somebody to say we're going to publish the Peacock files before somebody's going to say don't publish the Peacock files. It'd kind of be stupid to bring it up first.
When are we going to get the Max files?
Well,
HBO Max, I should say now, I guess.
I was about to say, if you're talking about Maxwell Jacob Friedman, I'm not sure we're going to get his files.
All right, this has been Ratings Talk.
Yes!
By the way, all of this is easily digestible. WrestleNomics put something out, so go check them out. They have all this.
I can't get out of this screen is my problem. There we go.
That's their tagline, WrestleNomics. I can't get out of this screen.
Where's my other thing? I was lost there for a second because I couldn't click on it. See, you've thrown me all off.